Hey everyone, it's Chrissy here. Happy Tuesday night. Oops, move that down a little bit. Hope everyone is having an absolutely fabulous week and thanks for joining me. Getting the right colour. There we go. Yeah. I'll just wait a couple of moments and see who we've got coming on board. And yeah, we'll get started very shortly. All right. Yeah. So happy Tuesday night. I've got an update. I have got a what do you call it? A splint brace thing now rather than a cast, which is pretty cool. It's got all metal in it, so it's pretty uncomfortable, especially down there and down there and there and down the other side. So it's got lots of metal in it, so it doesn't move. Probably moves less than the cast does, actually. Anyway, hey Glenda, thanks for watching. How are you? Hope you're doing well. So I've got a fun little project today and I'm hoping that you'll enjoy it. But I wanted to show you something that my friend Vicky helped me create the other day. She cut everything out and die cut and did the second lot of stamping. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad, Glenda. I've still got a fuzzy head. And my face has gone yellow today for the bruises, so yay. So attractive. Hence I'm not on screen. Yeah, I'm glad you're good. Yeah. Alright. It might be just us tonight, Glenda. That's okay too. Alright. So this is a card that Vicky helped me make. I don't even know if I've stuck it together properly. So she might have shown her version of it. Oh, her version of it last night on her channel. So she's used the exposed brick dies. She did the die cutting for me. And I stamped and then she did the second layer of stamping because that was a bit beyond me trying to line that up. But anyway, it is a fun little project and she taught me about these rub-ons that Stampin' Up have and I'm going to use those tonight. So that's going to be fun. And also, so we're going to get started. That was my little project. Now that is using the Happy Hibiscus bundle, which I don't own. So I used the embossing folder from that in my project that we're going to do tonight. So I pre-cut and pre-embossed some things. I've got 2 cards, but we'll see how we go with the first card. And then if that does well, we'll do the second card. All right. So we're going to start off with our base card. Now I need my bone folder. I'm trying not to use my hand today, so I have already pre-scored this. Now, when Vicky was here last week, I embossed a piece of white cardstock with the Happy Hibiscus embossing folder, and that coordinates with the rest of the bundle. And it's really, really lovely. So we're going to do a little technique with this. So I then cut that out with the Everyday Archers dies. Now they're an online exclusive. And they're part of a bundle. And this is the bundle that they're part of, that Everyday Archers are part of. So it's got some nice stamps. And there's another stamp that also goes with it that's an online exclusive. So if you can get those. So the other thing I did, and you know it's a bit tricky to die cut one hand, but I did it. I cut out a piece of Melon Mambo cardstock and also a piece of white. I grabbed out one of my ephemera, I had to think of what it was, from the Greetings for All Mix and Match ephemera from the annual catalogue. I also found in my stash this suspect looking butterfly. Now these are retired, but they are, that I know some people have got them in their stash, and if you don't have those butterflies, you could use a dragonfly from your stash, or you could use, oh hi Denise darling, I am getting there slowly, thank you. Hey Jan, oh, long time no speak. Feel like I've just spoke to you not long ago, just this morning. Alright, I'm just looking for the name of the butterfly set. It's not in the annual catalogue, I don't think. Anyway, there is Stampin' Up has a really gorgeous butterfly bundle. Just wish I knew where it was. Dies. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, they do have a butterfly bundle and it's really nice. So you can see it online. Alright. Anyway, yeah, it seems like hours, Jan. Hours. The other thing that I grabbed out is some ephemera from the Fully Flowering Ephemera Pack. So this is available online. Well, you can get the number online and send it to me, and it's got images in it that you can colour. So rather than spend hours and making you watch me colour very painstakingly, I got this one, and it was a black and white image, and I've coloured it with the Stamping Blends. Now, it is not perfect. Like, there's a few smudges, but I figure doing that with my left hand, I did pretty well. Hey, Glenda. How are you? All right. So we're going to do, and then I've got a couple of leaves from the ephemera pack. So we're going to start with this piece here, which is, as I said, it's die cut with the Everyday Archers, but it's then, oh, before I do that, I'll just tell you what colours I used on this flower. So I used the Melon Mambo Stamping Blends, the Summer Splash. Around the edge I did some Pool Party just to lighten it a little bit. Also used some Daffodil Delight. Yes. The Timid Tiger, and also some Pumpkin Pie. And then I haven't used this one yet. I've used this on the butterfly. I used the S100, which is a brown. All right. Oh, it's still 5 p.m. in WA. Ah. Well, yeah, I'm pretty okay with this Glenda L, because I think, yeah, it took me a long time. Like, I was like doing a little dot at a time. But anyway, so now we're gonna see if I can use the blending brush one-handed. Hey Janine, how are you? Alright, so I've got a bit of scratch paper and my husband's got this piece of plastic on the floor and it's supposed to make your chair roll better, but somehow every time he uses the office, he somehow manages to move this piece of plastic thing so that it gets caught in the chair. Sorry, I was just fighting with it. Alright, so we're going to start with, oh thank you Glenda. We're going to start with some Summer Splash. Where is that blending brush? I'll just clean this one off here. Just rub it. Okay. I don't know where my aqua blending brushes are. And so this might be a bit messy, but it's okay. So we're going to use the blending brushes with the butterfly and the this Archie thing. Now I want to make it all, because I didn't know at the time what I was doing, I just embossed this hibiscus stuff embossing folder. I'm not supposed to be using my hand at all, so I feel guilty every time I use it. I just use this embossing folder. So if I was being well behaved, I would get some tape and I would tape this down so it didn't move, but it's been a big day. Yeah, so yeah, anyway, so I'm not worried. I'm really only worrying about the outside. The middle, you're not going to see so much. You will see part of the middle. Now, if I had really been thinking about this, I would have die cut it and embossed it with the Summer Splash right. So yeah, I didn't think about that. Oh, so does everybody know that tomorrow through to Friday is, or Wednesday through to Friday is free shipping? So if you're wanting anything, and if you have a particularly big order, tomorrow is the time for free shipping. All right, I have to order some more cardstock for surprise for Craft to Live, because I realised when I did the sums today I won't have enough for my make and takes. So I'm taking advantage of this free shipping, and I was going to, before I realised it was free shipping tomorrow, I was going to put the order in today. So I need to thank Beck Hall for being on the ball and telling everybody about free shipping, because otherwise I would have put the order in today and spent a fortune on shipping, because it was 6% of the order. Hey Leanne, how are you? How's the weather over there in lovely Portland? I know it's the middle of the night, but it might be nice and pleasant. Okay, so you see I'm not doing too bad with my blending brush, because I'm starting from off the page and just, now you can, when you use your blending brush, you can use it like this, or you can use it like this. And if you use it like this, it gives you a little bit more control. Not that I have much control with my left hand, but I want to have more than what I do would if I was just doing it by the handle. So Now you can make this as dark as you want. And I really would like it to be really, really dark, but we'd be here till midnight if I was doing that. So you did that. You knew that too, Glenda. You held off putting in an order too. Yeah. That's so funny. Like, I've had 3 orders arrive this week, and then I realised I didn't do the maths right, and because I've got 6 different make and takes at Craft Alive. So if you're in Brisbane the first Saturday in September, come to the RNA Showgrounds and see me at Craft Alive. Or the first Thursday, or I don't think I wanted to close that. Anyway, it's closed now. All right, so I've got that all done. Now we need to do our butterfly. Okay, I'm just going to turn my scratch paper over so I don't contaminate that side. And look, my lovely husband, he came up and he opened my ink pads. Now, this is my orange ink blending brush. So I've got my little butterfly embellishment, and I've awkwardly drawn in the middle, and I'm just going to colour that butterfly. Now, it's not going to be the best coloured butterfly in the world, but you'll get the idea. I really wanted a dragonfly actually for this project, but I didn't have one. And I didn't even have one in my retired stash. So you can see it's starting to get coloured. Right. Now, I want to put a bit of yellow in it as well. What I might do with this butterfly is actually fold it in half and just dip the middle into the timid tiger like that. Just there. Give it a bit deeper. Oh, that's even better than what I wanted. That's better than blending it, isn't it? All right, so now I can use my blending brush and just spread that a bit. That looks a bit better. Because I want it to be quite dark near the body of the butterfly. See? So if things aren't working out the way that you think they should, there's always options, isn't there? So I shouldn't have wasted my time blending. I should have just done this in the first place. I did want to put a bit of yellow on it, but now I don't think I do. I'm just going to do the whole thing in orange. Because if I had had a dragonfly, I was going to do near the body was going to be orange, and the tips of the wings were going to be yellow. And I did sort of envisage that for my butterfly, but my hand was getting tired. Oh, you're waiting for the washi tape to come back in. Is it back in yet, Glenda? Oh, I'm not going to close that yet. All right. Let's get a baby wipe and just wipe my hand. Okay. Move all those blends out the way. We don't need them anymore. Okay, so because we're using a Stampin' Up! Watercolour based ink, this is pretty much dry already. And if you don't think it's dry, just turn it over on your scratch paper and press it. And yeah, it's dry. It's a bit mottly, but he's okay. Wipe all that off. Okay, so now let's put this card together. Now I'm going to brave the glue today. I think I can use the glue without... Oh, it's due sometime this week. Well, hopefully before Friday, Glenda. Alright, so I've got my multi-purpose liquid glue, and I am using the narrow end today rather than the other end. And this is a brand new one. Let's see, we've got lots of shadows tonight. I don't know why we've got so many shadows over my work. Let's see, I'm just going to stick this on. Yeah, not real good with the whole squeezing the glue out with my non-dominant hand, but we're getting there. All right. It's actually really, when you can't use your hands, it's actually a really good exercise to sort of go, oh, and remind yourself that not everybody is able to do the things that we can do. So this just fits, all right? If you were making a US size card, your card base would be a little bit wider, okay? All right, so that's that bit. Let's see, I've got my silicone craft mat, so I'm gonna, what colour, sorry, Leanne, I missed that. Hi Anita, yeah, I'm getting there. The colours I used were Timid, on this one, that was Summer Splash. And this was Timid Tiger, okay? Alright, now I've got my, so I die cut this arch using the, out of Melon Mambo, using the Everyday Arches. It took me forever to die cut stuff today. But Steve had to work today, so I couldn't actually ask him. He worked from home, but he was in meetings most of the day, so... And given that he took the day off yesterday to take me to specialist appointments and stuff, I couldn't ask him to do that again today. Anyway, yeah, so what else can I tell you that's happening in the Stampin' Up! World? Not much. You can just see me tried. Yeah, yeah, it wasn't fun. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to try and get this in the centre. Now, if my speech gets a bit slurry, I'm sorry about that, because that's apparently one of the concussion side effects. And I probably had more screen time today than I should have. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this leaf. So this was from the fully flowering ephemera pack. And we're just going to glue that down. Now, ideally, I would have liked one of those, I think they're monstera leaves. That's what I would have liked to put on this project. But I didn't have one, so So I'm just popping this here. Okay. Then I'm going to put my white everyday arch in the middle so it overlaps the bottom of that one. I'm actually going to put another one of those leaves. Hey Fiona, how are you? Now we'll see how we go. I'm aiming to make 2 cards tonight, but we'll just see how this one goes. So who's excited for free shipping tomorrow other than me? I am so excited. Because I think I have to order about 12 packs of cardstock. I think that's what I worked out. Okay, so I've got this one here. All right, so now I'm going to pop this one back on. We're just going to do it nice and flat because we want this to be a nice, it's something that I have to keep an eye on, Leanne. And today it's because I'm very tired because it was a big day yesterday with the GP and the fracture clinic, and I had more screen time than I was supposed to. Which is really hard. Like, I didn't realise how much I used my computer. Okay, so it's coming together. We've glued this on and hopefully it's straight and in the centre. Looks a little bit off, but because I haven't pushed it right down. I had this really fabulous project to share tonight. And I had it planned weeks and weeks ago. But you're excited because you have put a big order in. I have a big order to put in. Yes. Yes. So what free shipping is, for those who don't know, is if you have an order over $65 Australian, if you put that in, you will get your shipping for free. You won't get expedited shipping for free, but you will get shipping for free. And that saves you a bit of money, more money to say spend on supplies. So yes. Anyway, so we're just popping these dimensionals on. Now, I didn't get a chance to, well, I didn't have the dexterity when I did this pack of dimensionals to stick the tape on the back. So I just drew on the back with some highlighter so I could see whether or not yeah, you know, my daughter, she can use both hands because her dad and her stepdad are left-handed, so they would show her things with their left hand. And I'm right-handed, so I would show her things with my right hand, and my mum's right-handed, but my dad's left-handed. So, and depending on which niece was showing us stuff, they would show us stuff. Like Susie's left-handed, and so, yeah, it's pretty funny that she can use both hands for things. So there we go. So we're going to pop this here. I think I want the pink. No, I want this. Yeah, I really like the fact that these, this ephemera pack has stuff you can colour. Oh, you get your 25% discount and your stamping rewards and your free shipping. Oh, that's really good. That's awesome. There's some benefits to being a demonstrator, there really is. Okay, so now we're going to stick a little butterfly on. He isn't as good as what he would be if it was a dragonfly, but anyway. And I think that the card would look much better if this cardstock was actually Summer Splash. But it's pretty cute anyway. I'm just going to put that butterfly there. Now the butterfly is retired. It was in the last chance list. Let's see if I have a black dimensional. I don't. Okay, so I'm just going to use this happy birthday greeting from the Greetings for All. Now you're going to see something funny. I'm going to have to use my scissors so I had to use my teeth to take the lid off it. Okay. So we're just going to cut this little strip off the end here. Am I in this camera? Yes. That's the thing, I don't have my grid paper down, so I don't know if I'm actually in the frame. I just thought, yeah, Oregon is across the pond a little way. Yeah, we've been talking about how we could get to Oregon maybe on our next trip to this when we go to Alaska, but we won't be going on incentive trips. So, yep. So there we go. So I've got my happy birthday, and I'm just going to put it over to one side. And make sure I've got the same amount of white space. You've got some too. I've got, in the box under the stairs, I probably do have my dragonfly stamp set. No, I'm not. Not Alaska, not with Stampin' Up. I'm not doing Alaska, no. But I am doing Alaska when Steve retires. And he's got 1 year and 2 months. Well, under 2 months. So, yeah, so we're pretty excited about that. It's very exciting that he finally set a date. We always used to joke about, there's 4 of us in this friends group, and we always joked about one out, all out. But I was the one that, I'm the youngest, and I finished working in my public service job a long time before anyone else did. I'm just going to pop these little bits of bling in the centre of the flowers because they really need bling. Oh, come on. It's being facetious. Now it's going to stick where I don't want it to stick. So, thankfully I can use my fingers, and I've got to keep moving my fingers, but I can't use my hand. So, there we go. Now, if you wanted to, you could put some... You could colour those with your stamping blends to make them a bit wider. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, who knows, Leanne? You might be really well by then. That's not till May next year, so it's a long time away. So I'm going to just put a few little gems on here. So I've got one big one left. So we're going to put, let's move that up on his head. His, her. A butterfly is he or her? I don't know. Probably her. Well, I guess they have to be both, don't they? They're not like frogs that can change sex or whatever. You might be feeling really well by then, Leanne. I remember that 3-hour drive from Oregon to Seattle. It's not fun. Well, it was fun, but it's a long drive. At least you're used to driving on that side of the road. So I've got my little bits of bling there. So that's our first card. How did we go? So I'm not decorating the inside. So this, when it dries a bit, I can sort of sit that up a bit more. So it'd be better with a monstera leaf and a dragonfly. But if anyone has those things and they want to recreate this card, hey Carol, how are you? Looking forward to seeing you Thursday, and I'm looking forward to seeing Jan Thursday. Leanne, you probably thought it was November because that's when Backstage is. Alright, so we're not doing the inside, but you'll forgive me for that. So that again is with the Happy Hibiscus bundle. Alright, with the embossing folder. Now that embossing folder embosses and cuts at the same time. I didn't do that. I wasn't thinking clearly enough. So anyway, so I've got the stuff ready for the other card. Now I had a bit of an offcut of that embossing folder left because basically it's a really big embossing folder. All right, so I've got some other bits and pieces to create my next card. And we're going to do a little bit of blending again with this one. I did forget to bring the pink upstairs. So we're going to go with yellow and orange on this one. Hey Leah! Leah, how are you? Okay, see you next time, Glenda. Stay safe. All right. Okay, we're going to start with some yellow. Now this is Darling Duckling. I have to say it's a nice colour, but it isn't my favourite because it's a bit of a dull colour. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're starting with the yellow and we're going to now turn it round. We're doing about half of it in yellow. You can do it a bit more than half. We don't need too much. We're going to get, I don't know if this is going to work properly. We're going to get the orange one, the Timid Tiger. All right, I'm going to just put the Timid Tiger on here as well. Now you could use any flowery embossing folder for this. I just didn't want to waste this bit. It was really nice and I didn't want to waste it because I didn't know how big the what do you call it? The arches were when I was, like I could have cut the arch first then embossed, but I didn't do that. Okay, so that's I think going to be enough colour on there. I don't know how that's going to look. I meant to have pink on there as well, but all right. So I've got some bits and pieces here. The thing that I wanted to really show you today is these metallic textures rub-ons. Now they come, there's 2 sheets of them in of gold and 2 sheets of silver. And basically you cut out the bits that you need. Now, I used to love rub-ons. Love them, right? And then after a while, but then they sort of got a bit hard to use, right? So, I've got a piece of basic black. I'm going to stick this on. So I was really interested when bought out rub-ons. Like I've recently done a piece of furniture that has these massive big rub-ons on it. And like I paid a fortune for them and they're beautiful big flowers. But as I was sticking one of them on, the centre came out of one of the flowers. It didn't rub on properly because they had been sitting in the shop for a little bit too long. And so I ended up with this big gap in the flowers. So I was really interested to see how these Stampin' Up rub-ons would be. Okay, and I must say I'm really pleasantly surprised. So I've got a piece of basic black on my white. This is a piece of Summer Splash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my embossed piece along the left edge of my Summer Splash. I'm not sticking it to my base just yet. Okay, because I want to use my rub-on and it's just a little bit easier for me if I don't have it attached to the base. So I've stuck that on, and yes, there's a little bit of a overlap at the top and the bottom. Okay, so we've got this rub-on and it's got a backing. I've cut this piece off. This is a silver one. It's got a backing sheet. So you peel somehow. You peel your backing sheet off. Right. Then you just get your bone folder. You can use your fingers actually, but you just get your bone folder and you just gently press it. Now you can use your fingers. You don't even need a bone folder. I'm only pressing it where I want it to stick. I'm going to use that other little bit on the inside of the card. Actually, no, I'm going to use it on the middle of the card, the front of the card. And you just peel it off. Whoops, that one didn't. I mustn't have rubbed that one right. So just, there you go. So you've got this little line. Okay, so we're going to stick this onto the front. Now these are pretty simple cards today, but I think they'll be okay. Now when I use the pointy end of my multi-purpose glue, see how it sort of has those globby bits? So what you can do, I'm going to try and straighten that up, is just use your bone folder and just, press it down so you don't get those globby bits buckling. Okay, so that's my front of my card. Okay, so when I cut my big arch on this one, obviously there was a middle bit, so I didn't want to waste that either. And I could have not done the middle of this card with the rub-ons, but it's okay. I'm going to pop this on here. And again, I'm doing it quite flat. I'm not sure if I like the yellow, but sort of do. Okay, now I want to use up those little things, so I'm just going to put them in the middle and just rub them with my thumbnail. Those rub-ons that we had before, just use the last of them up. They don't take much effort to come off. Whoops. And you can, if it doesn't stick right, just line it back up and just rub those last two bits. So you can even use your fingernail. There we go. We got that one. So aren't they pretty? They're so pretty. Okay. So then we're going to stick that on. Oh, actually, no, we're not. What I want to do when I put it together, I want to have this flower down here, but I want to have some more sort of noise, I guess you'd call it. So I've cut off some other bits of rub-on. So I've got this silver leaf, so we're going to pop this on. So they make a big difference. And it, just because you can't stamp, or can't stamp well, doesn't mean you can't make a fabulous card. Like if you can hold a pen with either of your hands, you can certainly make a good card. Let's just lift it up and see if I rubbed it enough. I'm just using my fingernail. That looks pretty good to me. Look at that, just like a board one. All right, I like that. That's that bit there. I still think it needs a bit more. So you can cut them in half as well. A lot of silver at the bottom of mine. So I've got my handy dandy little snips. Okay. Just move that out of the way. We'll put it on our silicone craft mat, then you can see it a bit better. So I'm just adding a bit more of this down here. It doesn't take hours of rubbing. I should take a photo of my piece of furniture that I did with the big rub-ons on it, because I did fix the rub-on hole with some other rub-ons, so it did work, but they were really expensive. Okay, so now I need to find that other half of that one. And you can overlap them, which is awesome. I don't know if we're going to be able to even see that. Because in nature, plants overlap, don't they? Okay. So what's everyone's plans for the week? Has everyone got lots of plans? I'm looking forward to our Christmas in July class on Saturday. It's going to be lots of fun. It'll be taught a little bit different to how I normally teach, but that's quite okay. Everyone knows. So, okay, so we've got our little rub-ons there. And then that's going to go there. That's going to be okay. All right. And I do have... So we're going to stick this one on with glue as well. I'll put that rub-on rubbish in the little bin. What are you doing? You're doing a Christmas in July at the beach. Oh, goodness. Well, I was supposed to have my Christmas in July retreat this weekend, but I made the call in May, or end of May, when I didn't have enough reservations or enough sign-ups to cancel it, and thank goodness I did. There's no way I could do a retreat like this. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But I am looking forward to doing class. I'm just looking for my little piece of, what do you call it? Oh, what are those things called? They're called, the words, the ephemera. I'm looking for my word ephemera, but let's just stick this on first, okay? And then I can put my glue back in put it back away. So this one won't have a butterfly because I only had one left. But there's a whole butterfly stamp set you could use on the other one. Yeah. You're coming on Saturday? Awesome. I had you down, Fiona, as a more than likely. And because I won't be making the card, I'm delegating that. Who am I delegating that to? Well, we'll see on Saturday. I think each card will have a different person that I delegate to do all the stamping. I knew what your brain was saying. I know you all too well, Fiona. Okay. All right, so we've got some ephemera to go on. Now these are from the same, so these are already pre-coloured, this one that I'm using now. I don't know whether I like the Darling Duckling colour. I think it's a bit dull. It's a bit like, reminds me a lot of an old colour, like Hello Honey. That was sort of, had those browny undertones. That's what it reminds me of. Alright, so we're going to pop this one here. But the Darling Duckling does blend in with the ephemera, so that's good. Alright, now we just need to find the words. I had some words out. Did I put them on the inside of the card? No. Yes, well, that's interesting. And because you know I lose stuff all the time, I can't even blame the concussion for this one. Alright, I'll just get another bit of ephemera out of the box. If I can. Okay, we are going to have on this one, we're going to put, I'm not sure if I want to put hello or thinking of you. I might do a thinking of you on the inside and just do the hello on the front. That might be a good what do you call it? A good compromise. Oh, there's the thinking of you that I had. All right. Now we're just going to pop this hello. I put this hello. Do we want it there? No, this is where I can't. No, it was in the case, Fiona. Do I want the hello there? Or do I want it down here? And I could put some more rub-ons on the top. I think I want it up here. Middle or bottom? I'll wait while you type in your answer. Middle or bottom? I'll try and cut a little bit of this the right size. What do you think? Anyone? Sound like that teacher in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, you know, Bueller. I love that movie. Will you like it where it is? All right, Carol, you're first to answer, so we'll go with you. Okay. I love that Ferris Bueller's Day Off movie. Oh, we had an exciting time at trivia last week. Sadly, Carol wasn't there, but we won or placed 2 rounds, and then the final round, which is a jackpot round, we tied for first place. And had we listened to my husband and to Jamie, we would have won outright, but we still won $250 as a team, and that's going towards our trivia team Christmas party. And I only ever intended to go to trivia just to once a month as a way of getting Steve out of the house. And now we go every week that we possibly can. And if we talk about not going, if I talk about I'm really tired or something, and Steve's like, no, we've got to go. We can't let the team down. So he's really funny. So I'm just putting the thinking of you on the inside. Just to... So it's not naked. And so I have to write less. Now I put a bit much glue on, so I'm just rubbing it on my silicone craft mat to get the excess off. Can you see it over there? I've just got glue all over my fingers, and I want to wipe that off. Move that out the way. The top does look bare so far, but it won't be because we have bling, and we have, I think we need a couple more little bits of, no, I think we just need some bling at the top. And we have got the, what are these things? Basic rhinestones. Can't think of the names of anything today. And I need to get a new putty for my Take My Pick tool, because it's not picking things up as it should do. I'm going to do lots of bling. We had 2 together there. So we're going to have 5 bits of bling. Has anyone seen the movie Office Space, when Jennifer Aniston's character works for a restaurant and she has to have bling and she gets in trouble because she doesn't have enough bling? Sometimes I feel like my cards are like that. So there we go. We've got 5 bits of bling. on there. I think that's a bit better. It might still look a bit bare. Do we think it still looks a bit bare? Yeah, so yeah, I like the I've got a wayward thing. I do like the rub-ons. You have to just be careful you don't get glue on them. But I think they're pretty cute. I probably could put some more of the dotty rub-ons up the top, but I've put them away now, I think. I'll put them somewhere. Anyway, I'll find them tomorrow. So there we go. That is card number... Oh, hi, Marnie. Didn't see you come on. That is card number 2, and this was card number 1. And this was a card that was a joint effort between Vicky Kello and myself last week. I do like this one. I do think it needs to probably be Pumpkin Pie rather than Timid Tiger. Timid Tiger is a much... Like Daffodil Delight, it's a bit more dull than... no, like Darling Duckling, it's a bit more dull than the core colours. But there we go. I hope you like them. And thank you for watching. And oh my God, it's only 8:01, so I did pretty well. Yeah, and as I said, this was the embossing folder, and these stamps and the sentiment are all from the Happy Hibiscus bundle, which has the embossing folder, the dies and the stamps, and they all coordinate really well. Now, my challenge to everybody is to do an arch type card. I want to see what you're making with the arches. And if you don't have everyday arches, but you've got ovals and you can cut them in half, do that. Yes, Marnie, it is helping. My hand is probably more sore than it was before because it's got metal down here and metal there and metal there and metal on the other side. So it's probably more sore. There's no give at all. And yeah, I'm pretty impressed with myself that I did that left-handed. And yeah, so don't forget, free shipping's tomorrow until Friday. If you need anything, please let me know, or go straight to the online store and order. If you haven't opted into getting catalogues or newsletters and haven't got a Stamping Up account yet, make sure you set it up, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to add you to the catalogue mailing list next week, and or this week, and you're not going to get a catalogue in the mail from me. So and the new mini catalogue starts first Tuesday in September, so it's really important that if you haven't opted in that to get your catalogues posted to you, that you do. Otherwise you're just going to have to look at it online. All right, until next time, happy creating, and bye for now. We shall see some of you on Saturday. The rest of you I'll see next week. And yeah, have a great rest of the week. Bye.